Okay, morning coffee. Welcome back to another episode of BOOM-A-PETITE. I decided to wear a dress today and put on some earrings. But what we're gonna do today is an Asian cuisine, super cheap, super easy. So especially during this quarantine time, you can buy it. It's like literally under $10, I think. For my vegetables, I'm gonna use spinach. We're gonna have some eggs for a little topping. And then I'm gonna use whatever protein I have already cooked. So I'm gonna put shrimp in mine, and we have ground turkey here, so that's the meat that we're gonna use for ours. You don't have to have it with meat, you can have it by itself, add vegetables. We're just meat eaters. And so you can grab any kind of noodles. We like spicy, so this is the one we got. It just says black noodle soup, this brand here. It's about like $3 a package at any Asian store, or like sometimes American stores have it. So I'm gonna use 2 packages for myself. We ordered I think this is 3 pounds of ground beef, but I'm just gonna separate it for about a serving. So Deshaun will probably have about 6 to 8 ounces of meat. Boil some water first. So I just use a small pot because you can have the noodles with the soup, the broth. Today, we're gonna do almost like a stir fry, so I'm not gonna use the soup. You can have it on the side to like sip on, but I'm gonna have it more like kind of like a pad thai stir fry. So I'm gonna fill up the pot all the way to the top. Okay, so we're gonna boil the water. This is so easy. I think a kid could make this.
I may be little, I may be 10, but I hope that I can show kids all across America that they can cook just like me.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the packages. The best thing about this, you don't really have to add any ingredients. And sometimes, obviously, ramen noodles is high in sodium, so I wouldn't have this all the time. And they have the ingredients already in there, but I'm gonna drain the water out. So they have like garlic, bone marrow, spicy sauce, and this is actually like scallions and mushrooms. So the noodles will come out pretty big, and I'm just gonna break it so it's easier to eat. So you can break it into like 3s or 4. So now we're gonna open up the package. So this is the soup base and the hot sauce. I just cut it open. I'm not gonna pour it because then I'll pour it right into the pot. So the green one is like the mushrooms and the scallions. I'm gonna keep both of those because that's just like vegetables. So as we wait for the water to boil, we're gonna make the topping for the eggs. That is just gonna add a little extra protein and a nice little touch. My mom always did this, so I'm just doing it. So I'm gonna scramble up 2 eggs. We're gonna pan sear it nice and thin. Okay, and I'm gonna use actually coconut oil to fry it in there. Coconut oil is really good fat. So if you're trying to lose weight, it has a lot of good benefits, but I use coconut oil to cook my stuff. Sometimes I have a spray or just like a big jar. So we're gonna just do half a tablespoon here, not too much. Make sure the pan is hot because you're gonna probably fry this twice because I have a small pan. If you have a big one, it's great. As I wait, the water's starting to boil. I'm going to add the soup so it can start making its own broth, okay? So I'm gonna add all the ingredients that comes in the bag. It's very easy, which is great. This is gonna add flavor to the noodles after we strain out the water. So see there's mushrooms and scallions. And remember, I'm just using 1 whole package and half of the soup and the hot sauce because it's very high in sodium, and I'm just gonna use half of it. Not even half, just like 1 and a tiny bit. So the pan is super hot. I'm gonna pour probably the first batch into it. I'm gonna pour nicely and thin, like half of what I got there, and I'm gonna turn it slowly. So you kind of want it, I think I put too much, no, actually it's okay. We're gonna do it nice and thin. I have it on medium high.
Oh, wow.
Hi.
Hi.
Honestly, it's so fast, like 60 seconds or something in a minute. I'm gonna flip it. You see how it's golden brown? It's a thin layer. It's like almost like a crepe. Now this is gonna go on the top of the noodles as like a little topping. My water's hot.
Really, really hot.
I'm gonna put the noodles in there, okay? So you let that sit for maybe, I wanna say 3 to 4 minutes. Your soup is already hot. Really hot. Okay, make sure you have a strainer ready because we're gonna strain the water. I'm gonna put the water inside here so you can drink it on the side if you want. Today, we're just making a stir fry, okay? I'm gonna turn the water down a little bit so the noodles get soft. As that's going, I'm gonna take the egg off. We have 2 layers there. That's for later. I'm gonna take a bigger pan. So now I'm gonna heat up the meat. Chicken, vegetables, whatever you have. Again, we order food, so we're gonna use that. So wait for the pot to get hot. Wait for the pot to get hot. Wait for the pot to get hot. We're just heating up the ground beef, okay? And adding spinach. You don't have to wilt it too much because once we pour the new stir fry in there, it's gonna cook itself. So I think we're gonna have it on low. The noodles, you can test it out. It's pretty soft now. So I'm gonna turn that off. The grip strength right here, one hand. If you can't handle it, you can do 2, obviously.
Damn! I better use my strong hand.
All right, so we're gonna just pour it into the strainer and the bucket, right? Because we want the noodles. Perfect, so we're gonna strain out all the water. And now I'm just gonna add the noodles. Whoops. It's that easy. So we're gonna stir fry it a little bit. You can have the noodles crunchy or just kind of mixing the meat and the spinach together. So that's a big plate, but. So we let his sit for a second because we're gonna eat together, right? As a family. And we're gonna add my portion. So I add the spinach and the shrimp. So easy. And now I'm just heating up because remember the meat's already cooked. All right. So actually 2 bags of noodles got you like 4 portions, which is awesome. And remember the eggs we made earlier? I'm gonna top that off as a little garnish. And I'm just gonna cut it like this.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
And some for us to eat. Let me pretend like I know how to plate. Obviously, presentation is everything. And of course, it wouldn't be an Asian dish if it didn't have Asian sauce. Absolutely my favorite, sriracha. Here we go. And like that, boom-a-petite. All right, boom-a-petite, something quick and easy and cheap. So again, remember we use Oski Eats for our protein today, but we've been eating that all quarantine. I get a code BOOM10 for 10% off, and I highly recommend it if you're like lazy to cook or just want to have healthy foods ready because we have it ready. Today we experimented with some noodles, ramen, but who doesn't love ramen? Check the link out. I'll put it at the bottom. Please, please share and save. Make your own noodles and please tag me and let me know how it tastes.